Hello, everyone. I'm Sean.
This is Hoon.
And we are the Courageour Frights, back once again for another movie review.
Yes.
So this time we got done watching Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
This is a latest sci-fi film.
Hard sci-fi, too.
Yeah. It's directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who famously were going to direct Solo, a Star Wars story, and then did not.
Yes.
For reasons.
Because I guess they wanted to make a stoner comedy. Was that the one? Was I knew what that was?
Idea. But they later cranked out a really excellently made sci-fi family film, I guess.
Yeah, which is a PG-13
for some reason
movie that didn't make any sense because there's nothing in there that would make it PG-13. But apparently, kids nowadays can't handle hard sci-fi. Apparently,
I assume. Because there's nothing objectionable in the film. No. I assume the rating is because they wanted to get a wider audience or something.
That might be it.
But, this honestly could be PG.
Yeah. Or G.
Yeah.
Maybe. I guess maybe not G. Because there is, a little bit of blood is, a splattering.
A tiny bit of blood.
And it's not even like he, killed someone. It's just...
There's
coming out of his face or something.
This little rock dude.
Yeah.
I guess that makes it.
Yeah.
He's fisting his bump.
Yeah, fisting his bump. Maybe that might be
That's suggestive.
Too suggestive.
Or alternatively, they can't have PG. They can't have anybody under 13 because they're too dumb to understand the movie.
Yeah, that could be it.
Or at least the rating board thinks they are.
Yeah.
So this film stars Ryan Gosling as a reluctant scientist who is actually a school teacher now, but he has a PhD and wrote a thesis about biological life forms that don't use water as a basis for life, which turns out to be completely irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's why they hired him.
Yeah. It's like they thought that might have been the case, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because you find out it needs water.
So the plot of this film is that something is caused, some scourge is ravaging the universe where these weird little microorganisms are eating suns, and there's devouring light sources, I guess, and they're going from planet to planet and just wiping out entire star systems pretty much.
Yeah.
And so every planet is infected, or every star is infected by its neighboring star except for one.
Yeah, and they're trying to find out why.
They're trying to figure out why. So this whole film is essentially trying to stop Iron Lung.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is a prequel to Markiplier's Iron Lung.
Yeah. And I guess the Earth only has 30 years of life before the sun gets extinguished or something.
Right. So they get this guy who is an expert on theoretical life that is not water-based, and then they do a test to find out that the organisms that are destroying the sun are in fact water-based.
Yeah.
So that you would think that would be it for this guy, but I guess he got so embedded in the entire process that he became their leading expert.
Yeah, he became a leading expert of astrophages somehow.
Yeah.
That's what they call them, the astrophages, because that means star eater in Greek.
Yeah. So he gets dragged into this mission, and you don't realize how much he got dragged in until the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of non-linear storytelling.
Yeah,
so they'll give you a little bit of information, and then they backtrack on it.
I prefer in a science fiction movie sometimes, because it can have a lot of, it can be a little bit more dry at points.
Yeah.
This movie's not dry, because they have comedy in it.
Right, some people complain there was too much humor in it, but I think it works.
Yeah, because he's kind of he's not your typical scientist type of thing. He's kind of a normal dude bro or something.
Yeah, and a lot of times people use humor to get through a tough situation.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tough situations are happening every day in the world we live in now, and a lot of people are getting by through humor.
Yeah.
So it's not exclusive to the situation.
Yeah, which you find out the reason why is later on, but I don't know if it's because he remembers it or something, or I don't know. It's kind of a
Yeah, he also starts the movie with the crew is dead on the ship except for him.
Yeah.
For some reason. They never actually explain, I don't think, how that happened.
Yeah, they explain everything else except that part. It kind of doesn't make any sense.
And he has amnesia, doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah.
They do explain that.
Yeah, that explains that part.
And he makes it to the sun that he needs to go to, and to do tests on it, and then this alien spacecraft shows up and is from another planet that's also affected by a dying sun.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of rock lobster looking guy. And if you've seen the trailer for this movie, which this has to be the most frequently posted trailer.
Yeah, especially recently. Theater. Because it's like, most movies, they show a trailer for like one time, maybe.
Yeah.
This one, they showed it like every movie. So I was like, this trailer was out.
Yeah, this was literally every single movie we went to see for at least the last 4 months.
Which, it did kind of work out because the box office $301 million.
Mm-hmm. So
apparently, this was new for Wikipedia. So Wikipedia says 248 million gross was the budget, but 200 million net. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the net gross is with a budget. But and also it was an Amazon film.
Yeah, it's an Amazon film, so they were able to
know at all until we went into this. It's much better than their previous film.
Yeah.
Which we also reviewed.
Yeah.
So, yes, this film I would recommend to anybody who's interested in science fiction or science fact, I guess.
Yeah.
It does have a little bit of fantastic elements with the alien and all that kind of thing, but that's within the realm of possibility. I mean, this is a believable situation. It's based on a story written by, I believe, Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian and probably numerous other science fiction, more like hard sci-fi novels. I don't know his exact background and everything, but he seems to know quite a bit about this topic, so I would imagine
about hard science fiction and stuff like that for sure.
I imagine if that wasn't his career before writing, he researched extensively for it. He was also a producer on this film, as was Ryan Gosling. So that I've noticed that's usually a good sign. If the people that are producing the film are directly involved in some way, then that's usually a good sign for the overall film itself. It's usually not good if the sole producers are people that don't have any involvement in the creative process at all. And this one has a few producers that are involved in the movie itself in some integral way. So that really shows with the film because they seem to really care about the project.
Oh, here's an interesting tidbit here, which it kind of makes sense now after watching it. Some parts. Miller had mentioned that no green screen was used in the movie. The entire set being shot practically. Okay. Holy cow. It did look pretty good. I was like, the interior is very, like, that. It's like a very, I don't know if it's considered retro. It's like some weird, like, it definitely looks practical for sure. Because it's present all these buttons everywhere and there's like everything.
Right.
So as like Miller had previously said that VFX was used to depict the spaceship from the outside while shots of Gosling in space were shot against a black or varying colored backdrop. So then no green screen was used. Are they starting to go to that route? I think
they've been moving away from green screen for a while.
Yeah, which you can really tell because it didn't look fake at parts.
No.
And
so as the story progresses, it kind of becomes this thing where Ryan Gosling's character, Dr. Grace or whatever, and this rock man, who they call Rocky, kind of, first they have to learn how to communicate with each other, which is interesting. Yeah. As somebody with a linguistic background, I found that part to be interesting. I still need to see Arrival, because I guess that whole movie's about that.
Yeah.
But that part was cool. And then they just kind of, once they learn each other's language or how to communicate in some way, then they start working together to figure out the problem, which eventually, they do to a certain extent. But it's one of those movies where every time they solve a problem, another problem arises. So nothing goes the way it's supposed to, which happens a lot, especially in space travel films. So I think I liked all of that. I mean, I enjoyed the humor. I didn't think it was that over the top.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I enjoyed it because of the type of character he was.
Yeah. And Ryan Gosling as a whole, I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but he seems like a pretty likable guy as far as his roles go.
I do like his acting, because like I guess the other movie I watched him really in was Blade Runner.
Oh, yeah.
And he was really good in that, so.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Barbie or anything like that, because apparently he won an Oscar for it, so obviously
it was, or some kind of award.
Yeah, some sort of award for it.
But the clips I did see of that did look entertaining as well. And he's famously going to move on to Star Wars
Oh, is he going to Star Wars?
Yeah, because he's in the big Star Wars Starfighter movie. He's the lead actor in that.
I could see that, because he seems like a guy that's like that type of thing.
I think the way this movie ends, it might be a setup for that.
Yeah.
Jokingly, of course.
Yeah.
Because the race of beings in this movie kind of reminded us of Geode, which was a character in the...
We're going into the New Republic,
the
or
High
Republic,
yeah.
or whatever that thing's called.
Yeah, the High Republic Star Wars novels had a character that was literally a rock.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a navigator for some, like, Han Solo-esque character. And this guy's a rock dude. And then, I guess, spoilers for anybody going into this movie. At the end of the movie, Ryan's character ends up on their planet.
Yeah.
On the rock planet. And I was like, is this like a midway point between Earth and the Star Wars galaxy? He's playing a guy from Earth in the Star Wars universe. Like, that could be interesting.
Phil Lord and Christopher Miller wanted to make that Star Wars movie so bad, we're putting it in there anyway.
Well, I think Kathleen stepped down from president role, so maybe they're welcome to come back.
Yeah, they might as well, because they did a pretty decent job here.
If this movie makes a ton of money, which it's going to have to make a lot more money than 301.
Yeah,
to
301 million. I think it's
with that budget.
I think I read somewhere else it was like up to 400 million now or something.
It also had a very low drop off from the first week, because this is the second week it's been.
Oh yeah, 500 million to break even.
It might do that.
Yeah.
It depends on how long it can stay without dropping. Because if it only dropped like 20 to 30%, then it has a good chance.
Yeah, because apparently it was like projected to only gross in like 55 million or something, but it grossed 80 million on the first weekend or whatever.
Okay.
So it actually did pretty decent. So,
but yeah, if this becomes like a huge hit, they're like the Star Wars guys are probably kicking themselves right now.
Yeah, because I could see this movie being one of those things that has good word of mouth, because it is pretty enjoyable. It's a very enjoyable movie.
Right.
Which
I've seen people compare it to like Interstellar meets E.T. Or something like that, which is probably a fairly decent comparison.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised how family oriented it was.
Yeah.
But it's not stupid though.
Yeah.
It's always intelligently made, but it's something that a kid could watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have a kid that's actually intelligent and is into this sort of stuff, into space, which a lot of kids are, I would definitely recommend taking a kid to see this. Like, it's kind of family oriented. There's nothing in there at all that even warrants the PG-13 rating.
Yeah, that's what I said. If it has a PG-13 rating but doesn't make any sense, it easily could be PG.
Mm-hmm.
But it's...
And at the same time, you can easily watch this as an adult and not be... Because a lot of times with kids' movies, they're designed only for children and not for adults, and it's just kind of dumb humor or whatever. But this, I think anyone could enjoy this. It is a very long film, and it does drag in some points, but it's not terribly paced.
Yeah, because like I said, the one good thing about that is the breakup between, like, you'll have a little bit of space stuff and then the flashback scenes. So it breaks up the scenes.
Right.
Instead of being one huge, long, hard science-y thing.
I think if it was linear, it wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah.
It probably would have really dragged in some parts.
Yeah, because they needed a way to explain why he's doing this and why he's there and stuff like that. And that's the way to do it, as the flashback scenes.
Yeah. Plus, if they made it linear, they'd actually have to explain how the other pilots died. The other astronauts.
Yeah, so that's the one that, I guess, the nitpick. It's like not even.
It's
really,
minor.
It's not even a nitpick.
Doesn't
it's just
really
kind
affect
of
anything.
Because they're just there and they just die.
It's also kind of weird that all of Rocky's crew is also dead.
Yeah,
and he had like 23 crew members on his ship, and he's the only survivor. And then Ryan Gosling's the only survivor on this ship. Which is weird. Like, they don't actually... That's like a strange coincidence.
Yeah.
Also, the rock guys died because they don't know what radiation is.
Yeah, it's really strange.
I feel like you would probably discover radiation long before you discovered space travel. You'd have to come across it at some point. Like, how do you not know? Radiation comes out of the sun. Like, how do you not know about radiation if you're trying to save a planet?
Especially if you have interstellar travel. Like, was it interstellar travel or whatever? Like, if you're doing space travel, you wouldn't know any of this stuff. I think you would need to know at least a little bit of it. But
their species isn't vastly more intelligent than us, because at the end of the movie, again, spoilers, he's a school teacher for like the Rock children.
Yeah.
So, obviously he has a lot to share with them that they don't already know.
Yeah, they don't know, so...
I'd say they're probably equally intelligent to humanity. And those kids look like they had brain rot.
Yeah, they were like just screaming 6'7" that whole time at the end. Doesn't look like pretty much.
It's just a bunch of rock guys screaming 6'7".
Yeah, just it kind of looked like it.
So,
Skibbity 6'7".
Yeah, it did. But yeah, overall, enjoyable film. Definitely recommend it, especially if you're a science fiction fan. I think that's pretty much all we got to say about this movie. Mm-hmm. So if you like this review, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more like this in the future, and you too can feel the strength welling within. See ya.
See ya.